Multiple buildings have collapsed this morning, all happening around 5 o'clock near Clarissa and Bristol Streets. That collapse has sent a number of people to local hospitals. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Wakeisha Bailey is live near that scene where she has been talking to frightened neighbors. So Wakeisha, what do we know at this hour? What's the latest?
Yeah, good morning, Jan. Well, details are still coming in. Now, so far, we know that 2 people were pulled from this rubble and transported to the hospital, one with severe injuries and the other with smoke inhalation. Now, as you can see, it's just such a massive response here. Now, we're still waiting to hear from officials to confirm the whereabouts of any others who may have been pulled from these buildings. So what you're looking at right now is a total pancake collapse. We're talking 3 structures leveled. As you can see, the fire is still burning. Now, crews are on site working to extinguish the flames as this massive emergency response unfolds. We're told this may have been triggered by an explosion. Now, several witnesses that I spoke with this morning say that they heard a loud boom just moments before the collapse. Neighbors who live blocks away say they even felt it, and others were told to evacuate for safety.
I mean, it's something out of a movie. You know, it's like your house, the houses that you know, the people that you know are like underneath, so they had to pull them out of the house.
My wife said, "What was that noise?" I'm like, "I don't know. Sound like a thunder." So when I got ready for work, and when I came outside and seen that I couldn't move my car because the fire engines was in the way, came to this block, I seen that these houses were collapsed.
And back out here live on West Bristol Street, as you can see right now, all hands are on deck. Firefighters are just working through some really dangerous conditions. First, they tell us that they're looking to put out the fire before they can safely begin looking for others who may still be trapped. And once again, we've learned 2 people have been taken to the hospital, one with severe injuries, another with minor injuries. And Jan, we're going to stay out here all morning, and hopefully we will actually hear from officials with more update as this continues to unfold. Sending it back to you.
Yeah, this scene just unfolding within the last hour or 90 minutes. So serious incident right there. And I know, Wakeisha, you will stay on top of the very latest. Thanks so much.
My wife said, "What was that noise?" I'm like, "I don't know. Sound like a thunder." So when I got ready for work, and when I came outside and seen that I couldn't move my car because the fire engines was in the way, came to this block, I seen that these houses were collapsed.
And right now, all hands on deck as firefighters are navigating just these really dangerous conditions, focusing first on fully containing the fire before they can safely search for anyone who still may be trapped underneath. Now, 2 people have been rushed to the hospital. Once again, one with severe injuries, the other with minor ones. And we're also told police are going door to door, speaking with neighbors and reviewing tags on individual cars that are outside just to determine who may have been inside these homes when this all happened. And as you know, this is just unfolding right before us, and hopefully we will hear more from officials throughout the morning. Sending it back to you.
Wakeisha Bailey there live on the scene with the very latest information, just speaking with fire officials. Wakeisha, thanks so much for that update. We'll check back in with you in just about 30 minutes. Philadelphia's Nicetown-Tioga neighborhood, where 3 homes collapsed this morning. They came crashing down around 5 o'clock on the 1900 block of West Bristol Street. That is where we find our reporter, Ray Strickland. He's there live at the scene to bring us up to date on what we know happened this morning and the firefighting efforts that continue to happen behind him right now. Ray, good morning.
Good morning to you. And at this hour, Philadelphia police are starting to evacuate everyone who lives here on West Bristol Street out of their homes and taking them to a nearby school. As you can see, still an active scene with firefighters continually dousing the homes with water. Hot spots are still active and they're still trying to put those out. But again, they're evacuating people off of these blocks, off of this block. You can see PGW is here, the fire department, obviously, and also ATF is here on scene as this investigation continues. Yet, as you mentioned, those homes now reduced to rubble, and we've been told that at least 2 people were injured in this explosion. Those folks were sent to an area hospital, and we were told that they were both elderly females, one in critical, one in stable condition. I've been talking to neighbors since I've been out here, including a person who lives directly next to the homes that collapsed. It's the home that has that black screen door on it, and he says he was inside of his house at the time, and he said it sounded like some thunder, a rumble, a loud rumble, a bomb to some degree. He had no idea what was going on. Of course, he runs outside to see all of his other neighbors in a panic, all of them not knowing what was going on. I also talked to another neighbor who said he was on the opposite, I should say the other street behind these homes, and he said he was in his car, just got off work. He said his car shook when this explosion happened. Again, he had no idea what was going on. He said it sounded like a bomb as well. So everyone here was awakened to this loud boom, and all of them just scared and concerned for their neighbors. One person calling it just a sad day in Philadelphia today. But again, right now, 2 people sent to the hospital because of this explosion. Right now, we do not know how many people were inside of these 3 homes that collapsed at this time. But as you can see, again, still an active scene with firefighters still dousing these homes with water to put out any active hotspots. But again, Philadelphia police, they're still actively trying to get people out of these homes and get them to safety to a nearby school where they can get shelter. I think we were talking about how hot and humid it is out here. So, of course, city officials wanted to make sure people had a cool place to go. But I do believe we have some sound from a neighbor that we can toss to here where they can kind of describe to you what they heard and what they saw. I'm sorry, we'll have that sound a little bit later. But again, like I told you, the neighbor told us that this impacted maybe a 3-block radius. He lives on the other street behind the homes that collapsed, and he said his windows are broken, and you can see here on the scene that people who live across the street, their homes were also damaged in this explosion. So that gives you just an idea of the widespread damage here and just the number of people who have been impacted so far. The fire department told us over 10 residents were impacted by this. And we do know, again, at least 2 people were sent to the hospital. PGW is here on scene. ATF is here on scene. As you can see, a number of firefighters are here on scene. They're trying to clear out this street. All the cars that you can see, they're trying to clear them out, as well as the people, again, to get their equipment here so they can just get a closer angle on these homes. But right now, they're still standing back to kind of search through the rubble because, again, there's still hot spots. And when we got here, smoke was still emanating from these homes. So still really active. Still a lot of questions that these residents want to know. Right now, they are concerned about getting back into their homes. The guy who I was talking to who lives directly next to where these homes collapsed, he says his ID is still in his house, and he says some other things are still in his house that he's trying to get to, but it's going to take some time for him, of course, to get into his home as this investigation continues. And, of course, we hope to hear from officials as soon as possible so we can learn a little bit more. But right now, all we know is that this was an explosion, but the cause is still unknown. So, guys, I'll send it back to you.
Ray Strickland reporting live from the scene there. Ray just mentioned officials wanting to get more information. Let's head to Waukesha Bailey. We were told she just spoke to officials there on the scene. She has a bit more information, the latest update now on what happened there early this morning. So, Waukesha, what are you learning now?
Yeah, good morning, Jan. As we know, firefighters have been out fighting this fire since about 4 o'clock this morning. All hands are on deck, and we're constantly getting these updates. Now, we've been asked to be pushed a little ways back so that they can begin doing their work. And graciously enough, joining us this morning is Chief McCarthy, right? How are you today, sir?
I'm good. How are you, ma'am?
So you just kind of gave us an update before our viewers that are just kind of tuning in right now. Can you explain everything that's happening right behind you?
Yeah, so this morning there was an explosion roughly before 5 a.m. this morning. Our crews got on location and found 3 residences primarily impacted by the explosion, collapsed on themselves. Our crews got in there, were able to extricate 2 elderly women and transport them to local hospitals, one being in stable condition and the other being in critical condition.
Now, since we've been out here, it's a lot of neighbors' homes that are also impacted. As you know, this street, it's tightly packed. What are you telling residents to do right now? We're seeing them pack up their things.
So we have our community action teams out here going door to door on this block and the adjacent blocks because, again, the blast doesn't just affect the primary residents, but also the houses around and the houses on the southern side of this as well. Windows blown out, doors, partial collapses to some residences. So we've been going door to door with our community action teams, getting accountability also with our special operations companies and just getting people resources. And if they are in a dwelling that we feel is not stable, we've gotten them out of that, assisted evacuating them, and then we also, in conjunction with OEM, the Red Cross, and other city partners, have set up temporary shelter down the street to provide for them to get out of this heat as we have this ongoing investigation and operation going on.
Now, Chief, you're also asking, cars to be moved? Are you guys towing these cars out? What's the concept behind that?
So we have assistance with Philadelphia Police Department, and we're going to move all these vehicles out because we want to get more of our special operation vehicles in here to do a more thorough investigation with not only our fire marshal, LNI, and ATF to really put piece to piece what happened here this morning and identify every nook and cranny essentially with the dwelling that you see behind me.
Can you talk to us a little bit about the steps that you're all taking? Like, we do know that you're trying to extinguish the fire before you can really go in there and look for people who may be unaccounted for.
So yes, when you have an explosion, obviously you also have fire, so we're mitigating that. You'll see the hose line that we have working on that. We have, in conjunction with PECO, shutting down the power lines that you'll see they're running all up and down this block, so that could present a potential hazard to our providers and our rescuers that are going in. So making sure all that, we're all on the same page, and just the goal is, again, to go grid by grid, brick by brick, to put the pieces together on this and really see what happened here this morning.
Now, we're seeing other people. We've got PGW here. We're also seeing ATF here. Can you tell us why they're here as well?
So ATF works in conjunction with our fire marshal office. Anytime we have some type of explosion or fire or anything of that magnitude, ATF, they work very closely together. So that's a normal procedure, but again, we get all the resources out here so we can do an extremely thorough investigation of this.
Now, a lot of the neighbors that are asking to leave their homes right now, why is that? Why can't they stay there, and why are they being asked at this hour to leave?
Well, again, with LNI out here and our partners, making sure that the stability of their houses potentially is hazardous to them. The ones that we had to evacuate, there was no choice, just because of there could be secondary collapses that we did see on all around the primary dwelling. So with that, we go door to door assisting, but also if LNI deems it's unsafe, we get people out of that properly and assist them, evacuating them, and get them resources.
Okay, and I know that they're asking us to move as they're asking you to move as well. So we're going to let you get back to doing your work. Is there anything that you could tell our viewers that are watching right now?
Right now, honestly, it's going to be an all-day operation. And with this, obviously, the heat, not only just for our responders, but the people that live in this block, are impacted by this community. We're doing everything that we can to support this community.
And will you be giving us an update anytime soon?
I will. I'll probably give you an update once I have any pertinent updates to follow along, and I'll find you guys. And
only 2 people were transported as of right now, correct?
Yes, only 2 people transported by the Philadelphia Fire Department, yes.
Okay, do you know if they were related at all?
We don't.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Okay, so Jan, as you can see, it's a very active situation here. They are once again starting to move all of these cars from off of this street. We are on Bristol Street, and they're asking us to as well move. So we're going to go ahead and get out of their way so that they continue to do the work. But as you just heard, it is going to be an all-day event for these firefighters. There are quite a few homes that have been impacted and families. And just so we can just zoom our cameras, you can see the people actually looking over here. As you can see, so many people are just out now. They're practically displaced as they are asked to leave their homes, pack up their things, and head over to Steele Elementary School at the end, where the Red Cross will be able to assist them. We don't know how long or when these folks will be able to return to their homes. I mean, there's kids, as you can see, people are holding their backpacks, making the necessary phone calls as well. So we're going to be out here all day, and as we continue to get an update from officials, we'll be sure to relay that information back to you. Sending it back to you, Jan.
Bailey reporting live there from Nicetown-Tioga. Waukesha, please get to a safe space, and we'll get back to you with the latest information. Thank you.